sound. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, video tapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo, and today what we're going to examine is some interesting content. How Kevin Samuels treat male supporters. You know, Kevin Samuels had Men's Week, and episode number 2 was an epic failure, an embarrassment, to the point that he put the stream on private. Because the way he treated black men, the way he disrespected black men, it got on the wrong side of his male supporters. They weren't happy. So he put the video on private to hide the details. Now, I've already released a portion and shared my commentary on the fact that he wanted to charge men a fee to come on his platform to pretty much share their thoughts. What I want to show you in this episode is how horrible Kevin Samuel is in terms of his character and how he treats his male supporters. And I want men to really look at this and really think, like, this is the guy that you donate to. This is the guy that you support. This is the guy that you try to put on a suit to impress, to make him see that you're wearing a suit, and still you don't get no respect. And this is the same type of guy that will tell you how women are and how women ain't treating you right and how women don't show black men respect. But when we look at how he treat his own male supporters, it's clear that he don't even respect his male supporters. But at the same time, he want you brothers to think that somehow he's going in on these women to try to get them on the right path so that they could be good, wholesome, submissive women for you. It's not the case. Let's get right into this, people. Very, very interesting information I want to share here. It's very cold, to say the least, because the guy really didn't do nothing wrong to warrant how he was treated during that broadcast. And see, Kevin want you to forget about it, but we're not going to make him get away with this. He needs to be held accountable for his actions, and the public need to know exactly what he did to this particular man here, who was very respectful. He didn't say anything out of line. He didn't do anything wrong. But for some reason, Kevin Samuels just didn't want this man to pretty much express himself at all. So let's go through the motions here and just get right to this, people. And we'll be right back shortly with some more commentary. Let's get into this.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, video tapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Okay, let's go, people. Let's get into this. Kevin Samuels is about to show you his true character. Let's go.
All right. Okie dokie. Michael.
Evening, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Um,
Now,
Very
how old
well,
are
Mr.
you?
Samuels. I actually support your content, and
Okay. How
I do
how old
want
are
to
you?
say that
How how how, how old are? Hold on. How old are you?
I just turned 35.
Okay. Do you have this on YouTube playing in the background on TV or something?
No, I turned off the YouTube.
Okay. We're getting a little background noise. What's the disagreement?
Okay, so the only I believe it's a legitimate disagreement actually, and it's the video that you play with the lady dancing. You know, the money works. I think it's no. I think it's a legitimate disagreement because for the most part, back if you look back in the day.
Wow. Notice that, people. Notice how he just cut the guy off. That was a male supporter of his broadcast. And he just casually gets up. This is the guy you call Godfather. Look at how he treated black men. Is this what the manosphere is about? Is this what the manosphere does? I thought it was a place to build up the brothers. I thought it was a place where men can share their thoughts. This guy brought up an issue with that so-called Money World song where he have the women pretty much dancing, and he tried to bring up a point. And for whatever reason, Kevin Samuels didn't want to hear the point. So he cut him off and just pours his Red Bull in a glass. Yeah, that's Kevin Samuels for you. And that was supposed to be Men's Week. Think about this. Just listen again. And you tell me, did that man do anything? Did he do anything wrong? What did he do?
Okie dokie. Michael.
Look at how he treat Michael. Check out Michael's attire. Michael came in there, put on a jacket, put on a shirt, you know what I mean? Figure, okay, I'm going to dress a little, presentable because he figured he's on Kevin Samuels' platform, right? He's trying to follow all the rules. You would think that, Kevin would treat the man with dignity and honor. But no, that's not how he did it. No. He decided to look at the guy like something's wrong with him. That's how he decided to do this thing. He decided to look at him like he's like something's wrong with this man, like he could just treat him any old way. And that's bad. You can't do that to these brothers, man. But let's listen in. Let's see if this particular brother somehow done something wrong. Let's try to find out if he done something wrong. We need to see.
Evening, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Now,
Now,
very
how
well,
old are
Mr.
you?
Samuels. I actually support your content, and
Okay. How
I do
old are
want to
you?
say that
How old are? Hold on. How?
Notice how rude he is. I mean, the guy is talking and he's just like, well, how old are you? How old are you? Why do you always want to know how old is someone? Like, what does that matter when it comes to them having a disagreement? What does it matter asking someone their age? Because see, when he asks you your age, he's basically trying to measure you up. If you're a young guy, he figure, okay, I know how to talk to him because he's in his 20s. If he's in his 30s, oh, I know how to talk to him because he's in his 30s. I could guess what his financial picture might be. Or if he's in his 40s, it's like he know how he should spin his platform and his show based on a person's age. That's why he asks these questions. To see where these men are. Let's go.
How old are you?
I just turned 35.
Okay. Do you have this on YouTube playing in the background on TV or something?
No, I turned off the YouTube.
Okay. We're getting a little background noise. What's the disagreement?
Okay, so the only I believe it's a legitimate disagreement actually, and
Notice he believed that it's a legitimate disagreement because the show is about disagreements. That's what the show is about. The show is about men calling in to share their disagreements. In other words, what disagreements do they have with him? Right? But Kevin don't want to hear the disagreements. And throughout that entire broadcast, every time the men tried to share their disagreements or try to make a point, he would cut the men off so callously. It's like, that's not how you treat your so-called supporters. And I'm pretty sure that brother was one who donated multiple times. And as soon as he came on the platform, he made it clear, like, I support your platform, I support your show. These are men that follow Kevin Samuels. And look at how Kevin Samuels treat this brother.
It's the video that you play with the lady dancing, the money works. I think,
Notice his face once he's brought up the fact that he has an issue with the song with the woman dancing, right? What he's trying to get into is not just a woman dancing, but he's trying to get into historical things on how women, or our women, during slavery times of old, when our women were being abused by slave masters and so forth, they were used as particular objects during those times to lure the men in and do other things by making them dance in a certain way. Kevin Samuels play a song every single time in his videos with a song about Money World. And he had this young sister in the video dancing. And before that one, he had some other Insta thought that he used to use in his videos. And for some reason, he don't use her no more, because she probably came to him and said, look, you're going to have to pay me for my services. And he probably didn't want to pay her, or she probably just said, I don't want you using my image no more, And he took down that video. If you look at all of his older videos, you'll see the type of woman that he had dancing in his videos. So the brother is pretty much trying to bring up a point. And we never really got to hear the details of his point, which is sad, because it just goes to show that Kevin Samuels don't like to be challenged. We didn't even get to hear the context of what this man had to say. Listen to this again.
I think,
look,
and the money works. I think, I think it's a legitimate disagreement, because actually, and it's the video that you play with the lady dancing, the money works. I think, I think it's a legitimate disagreement, because for the most part, if you look back in the day.
Notice that. All the guy said is, you look back in the day, and he got cut off. That's how your high value men treat black men. This is the guy you call Godfather. This is the guy who claimed he is an image consultant. So much for image, right? Where's his character? Where's his character on how to treat the men who support his platform? So you donate, you go on his show. It's supposed to be about disagreements, but you can't even share what you disagree with. Because when you try to share your disagreement, if it's not a disagreement he want to hear, he just cuts you off. That's how he treat male callers. And he put this video on private because he embarrassed himself. Very disrespectful, man. Very disrespectful. He sits there. He have a show about Men's Week.
All right.
And he don't allow men to speak.
Okie dokie. Michael.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you? Now,
Very
how
well,
old are
Mr.
you?
Samuels. I actually support your content, and
Okay.
I do
How old
want
are
to
you?
say that
How old are? Hold on. How old are you?
I just turned 35.
Okay. Do you have this on YouTube playing in the background on TV or something?
No, I turned off the YouTube.
Okay. We're getting a little background noise. What's the disagreement?
Okay, so
Notice he asks, what's the disagreement? He asks, what's the disagreement? The man is trying to share what he disagree with. But he don't want to hear that because he know the man is about to challenge him on something. and he don't want to deal with that in the public eye. He don't want to deal with it.
The only I believe it's a legitimate disagreement actually, and it's the video that you play with the lady dancing. The money works. I think it's no. I think it's a legitimate disagreement because for the most part, if you look back in the day.
Wow. Horrible. And he's shaking his head like the guy did something very bad. Now, there is no way anyone can say that that man deserved to be treated like that. And this is a guy who have 1 million subscribers, claim he's an image consultant, dating guru, advice, life coach, whatever you want to call all these damn self-made titles. And yet, when a man tried to express his disagreement, he can't take the heat. All he talked about is the song with the woman that's dancing. And he didn't even want to hear what the guy had to say. And that's a supporter of his platform. And then he go put the video on private and act like it wasn't there and kind of did a remake show to cover up what really happened that week. This is your Kevin Samuels, the one you call Godfather. You understand? This is horrible, man. Look at how Kevin Samuels abused his supporters and won't allow them to make their point. He cut the man off for what he had an issue with and didn't give him a chance to speak. That's not right. That's not right at all. And the reason why I got to make this very clear for public consumption is to bring awareness to this, to show that Kevin Samuels is a horrible person. He have poor skills in communicating with people. He have no patience when it comes to talking to people. He's the type of guy who claim, he was in corporate sales and all this other stuff. He's the type of person that when he couldn't get a sale, he would get frustrated with people and have a horrible, bad attitude. He want to make it seem like black women have horrible attitudes. No, Kevin Samuels have a horrible attitude. He's very callous and cold. He don't take the time to listen to nobody. He have no patience whatsoever. That's the guy you call your Godfather? That's the guy that you support? That's the guy that you donate money to? That's the guy you subscribe to? And this is how he treat black men? I thought this is supposed to be the manosphere. I thought this is supposed to be the black sector of YouTube. I thought this is about empowering men. How do you empower men when you don't even give them a chance to speak? How can we talk about the man holding us back when we holding our own brothers from speaking? How could y'all look at this guy as some sort of man who is here for the best interests of black men when he won't even give you a chance to speak? That brother didn't deserve that treatment. That brother didn't deserve to be abused like that. That brother didn't deserve to be embarrassed online. He's one of Kevin Samuels' supporters. And look at how he was treated. With no dignity. No honor. Totally disrespected. Totally rejected. It's bad enough he probably get rejected by women. But to be rejected by his own brother, publicly on a live show, is a disgrace. And that's the character of Kevin Samuels that he don't want you to see. And he does this all the time with people, where he cut them off and don't give them a chance to speak. Why have a show about disagreements if you don't want to hear people speak? And we got more coming up. Leave your thoughts in the chat. Make sure you rate the video, share the content, and make other people aware of how Kevin Samuels treat black men. Let them know that this is how he treat you when you try to challenge him on points that you have against him. People like Kevin Samuels would never respond to people like me. He's not man enough to respond to people like me, because he won't even listen to people like the ones who support him. So why would he even respond to someone like me that really hold him to the fire? Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Y'all make sure y'all rate the video, support the content, support via Cash App, $ Ringo TV Raw, paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Join my Patreon at patreon.com/BlackMaleAdviceTV. And that's about it. I'll catch you on the next video where we're going to uncover all the different segments of Men's Week video part 2 that Kevin Samuels placed on private. And we are going to go into a lot of details. So stay tuned for that, y'all. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $ Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100%